So we're going to get started in a couple of minutes, probably 1 minute and a half. We are just finishing up our hashtagging for social media to let everybody know that this panel is currently being streamed live around the world through the Geeky Awards. And if you want to check it out on your phone, go to ustream.tv/the Geeky Awards, and the handle is @thegeekyawards. And the hashtag is #GeekyAwards. So I hope you remember all that. So you have this. Are you ready? In this modern day of technology, multitasking is a very important skill to have. So you gotta answer your face. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to get started. My name is Chris Riley. I'm on the board of Prison Comics, which promotes LGBT creators and comic books. I am the host and spokesperson for Geek Pride, which is launching this Sunday, which is going to be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. There's going to be Nerdlesque and Lightspeed Nerd Dating. Any LGBT in the LA area needs to come to this. It's going to be epic. And Geek Pride is actually part of Club Cosplay events. So who here has been in Club Cosplay? So you know what I'm talking about. So Geek Pride is going to be everything that Club Cosplay is, except a little bit more naughty and free-spirited. So you are all going to have a blast. Right now I want to introduce our LGBT cosplayer panelists. First we have Karina Perez, who goes by KPM Cosplay. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
You were going to. Okay. Well, basically, I've been cosplaying for about 2 years now. Talent relations manager for BenCon, which is the LGBT convention. And I dedicated my life really to working for LGBT rights. And then when I got to do cosplay and BenCon and mix them together, it was amazing because it was the two worlds that I love coming together. And now I'm here.
Okay, and then next we have Ms. Chrissy Lynn.
My name is Kristen, and I am your resident transsexual cosplayer. I am a makeup artist, do special effects, wig stills, production, television, media, all that, and I do a lot with Shriners, Children in the Hospital, and the Trevor Project. So, a little bit of my background.
Cool. You know what? I want to give these two a round of applause. Let's get the energy up in this room. We love being out of Kathy, how do you say your last name? Is it Cutts or Coots?
It's Coots.
This is Kathy Coots, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So a little bit about me. I am a professional fairy. In addition to my Gabrielle cosplay, I've also done a Gabrielle fairy, which I think is going to San Diego Comic-Con. The Gabrielle fairy will be out and about there. I work as a children's party performer professionally, and I do some nonprofit help in prison comics, and I've helped out with the kitten rescue because the cats are here close to my heart, and I love them. They're really animals. I've been cosplaying as Gabrielle for about 5 or 6 years, but I've probably within the past year or two only got into mainstream cosplay. And it's been interesting and fun. I love it.
Thank you very much, Kathy. And for sure we're not least, we have the very sexy Justin Garrett.
Hello, everybody. I've been cosplaying since 2006, on and off. My main job is actually television cosplaying, but I am big on fitness, like Zumba, dance, jazz, anything that has to do with fitness or dance. When did Disneyland, obviously in Town Station, it's our pretty parade. And all those. On the side, I build homes for the needy with my uncle, so that's pretty cool. We go to Mexico. Oh my goodness, the big business.
I believe it's a very awesome
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, we spent about
We'll Google it later.
we spent about 8 building houses, so that's pretty fun. And it's my first panel, so
All right, thanks, Justin. So I'm going to start with some questions. We'll banter amongst each other in somewhat humorous ways, and maybe it might take a serious turn. You never know, because when our panels happen, it's an awesome roller coaster of sex and cool. So the first question that I have for you guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Whether you identify with being lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, intersex, asexual, pansexual, or anything in between, we all have to come out at some point. And the difference between the current generation and the past is not only do you have to bare your soul to your family, but also to an online community of people from all over the world, most of whom you have never met and probably will never meet in your lifetime. So, when you talked about your sexuality on social media for the first time, what was your experience like? And I'm going to start with Chrissy.
I'm a very passive person. So I'm very let be, live and let be. I don't have a cause to like pride too much in who I am and what to be in life. So it was never like I'm gonna come out and these things are gonna happen. It was just one day I brought home boys when they were a girl and nobody cared. In fact, my mom was like, oh, we should go and because dad raised me as a boy and I was supposed to be a boy, but so it wasn't. I'm probably the oldest person I see, but there wasn't social media then. I'm 33. Thanks, guys.
Oh,
2 days
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I think
But again, there was no YouTube, there was no Twitter, there was MySpace for a hot minute, a little bit there. It wasn't like I just did it as if I'd already done it. It was like already known. Because to me, it's just who I am. That's who I am. I don't care feel the need to say, hey guys, I want to let you guys all know with this tweet post right now that this is my lifestyle. I guess the thing is, it's a gender thing for me. I just want to be identified as a boy. I want to identify as a boy. I want to be identified as a girl. I want to identify as a girl. But I see everybody's crazy about me. I don't see gender. I can't. It's so hard. I like dressing up very tomboyish sometimes. But I love who I love. My parents were totally fine. They raised me open-minded, loving home if possible. There's never anything weird about, you should go to this church and worship this, and you should be this, you should be that. So I was very blessed with my upbringing. So I occasionally will bring it up online when there's certain topics that are being discussed. Like someone's, sharing a recent post about, unfortunately, the sad events that happen with youth and having their sexuality issues, causing suicides and whatnot. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid, guys. I have to say something. Like, stop posting it and talking shit about it, making a thing. And then, of course, everybody tags on to the, I'm going to unfriend you if you, whatever. I'm more of a, like, talking person. So I don't advertise it, I just eat.
What you just are.
Justin, how do you feel about this from a male perspective? I know you have a very strong online presence. Did you have to come out on social media?
Again, I came out before Facebook and MySpace and all that. So actually, mine was pretty easy. I grew up in Muslim, so we're all very loving. Everybody knows. So my name is Australia, it doesn't matter. Musical theater, I do musical theater school, so obviously so really there wasn't even an issue for me. I guess my coming out was me first to see a guy at a party and everybody was like, woo! So it wasn't that big of a deal for me. Coming out to my mom, probably I guess more like a more emotional one for me because even though I know you telling me something different. So they did it like that. It was very loving.
And Kareem, what about you?
Well, I think I'm the youngest one in the panel. And so I had to do the whole online thing. And basically I'm still not out to my parents. when I am not on social media. So it's this really weird thing where you have this people following you and constantly seeing what you're doing and basically into your life and have little insights into your life. And it's a constant thing of like, yes, my mom gonna find out. She probably knows. I went to Catholic school, so that's that whole issue there. So it's a very unique situation with your life being broadcasted, really, and especially this generation where everything is out there, and sometimes you get outed by some of your parents, and I'm still waiting for that to happen, really. I don't really want to go like, hey mom, so I like people. I'm pretty sure they know. Ever since I was 15, I started working for like LGBT legislations. So I have a flag on my room. When they visit, I'm pretty sure they know. They just say like, no, you're not saying anything. We're not gonna do anything. Yeah, I dress up as Paul Drogo. What else do you want me to do?
Kathy, how do you feel about this topic?
Well, I also came out before I was really into social media. So whenever I got onto social media, it was kind of like, this is who I am. It was never a question of, oh, hey guys, look at me, I'm a lesbian. It was just kind of like, here's pictures of me and my girlfriend. This is just who I am. Coming out to my parents was interesting because I come from Minnesota, a little country town where gay didn't really exist growing up. We didn't know what gay is, we didn't hear about gay. So I was quite nervous, but I had hinted around for a while. So by the time the time came, they were already wondering. And at breakfast, I just kind of was like, hey, so I have something to tell you. I like women. I like women a lot. And my mom just looked at me and she's like, well, I was beginning to wonder if you were or if you weren't. And then they've just been nothing but supportive.
That's awesome. Everybody, I would love to introduce you to Nana Bear. We're so happy to have her. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I've been a cosplayer since 2015. I love cosplaying. That's actually my favorite thing to do. Lately I haven't been doing it because movies. It's always like a big deal to bind, and I passed out really bad the last time I bind. So I've been kind of scared of it, but it's definitely like my to-go thing. If anybody knows of Helsing, he's like my favorite character, and he's like, but whatever. I'm bisexual, and it always sucks to be bisexual because wherever you go, you like a girl and you're like, oh, I really like you. And guys are always like, you're only doing it for attention, aren't you? Like, you want to make out with this girl because you know, you want all guys to see you and like, no, she's hot. But yeah, thank you. I'm sorry it was late. I love you guys. It was just
Just remind the guys that they want attention too when they want to make up.
exactly. Like, come on.
Well, I'm going to jump this over to our next question. This is the first one, but you know what? I'll have you touch on it really quickly. How about this? Did you have to come out on social media?
When I first entered the cosplay community, I started dating this cosplayer. I was not known at all. Nobody knew my name or anything, and I was dating this cosplayer who was really popular at the time, and it was kind of shocking because that's how my parents found out. And I was like, oh, you're dating this thing. And I was like, yeah. And like, I didn't have to come out because they kind of found out. But I mean, it was kind of rough just because I come from like Christian / Asian family. Gays are just not, it's not cool. Like, it's like, my dad was like, you cosplay and you're gay, you're dishonored. No. Like, I got kicked out the first time I came out to my mom.
It's a double whammy. I get it because it's like a hyper-masculine Christian environment, so Latinos.
Yeah, I'm like, my dad's half Persian, half Mexican, so I have like the worst of like both religions and like that. That sounds awful, but it's true. It's like I have like, you know, my dad's like Christian, and then he's like, you know, like you don't have to do that. But he was also like raised as a Persian, and over there, no, there's no gays. And if you're gay, you're not gay. Does that make sense? Like, it sounds really dumb, but like, there's nothing, like you can't tell people that you're gay. It's like, you're gonna live as a straight person no matter what. Even if you are not attracted to other people or anything's going on, you just have to live like this and just stick with it, because that's just how that culture is.
Well, that's pretty deep, and we're going to be touching more on that as this discussion continues. But the next question that we have officially on the list is that the LGBT community at times seems to be divided between fighting for freedom to express sexuality and battling to fit in with mainstream society. As a cosplayer, do you feel pressure to be conservative in your cosplay or to make your characters hypersexualized based on the LGBT community's reactions to you? And you know what, I'm going to start with Kathy, because you know, the lesbian community tends to sexualize Nina and Gabrielle, very much so.
They do. I guess I don't feel a need necessarily to go overly sexual in the costumes just because the characters, even though so many women like fantasize about them, they're not really. If they're in a sexual costume, fabulous. But if they're not, it doesn't take away from the character, because it's more about the characters that they fall in love with and kind of have this idealization around. I guess the only pressure I would say is whenever I'm around Zena, there's kind of that pressure to make out. Whatever Zena ever had.
I'm so sad that it's no longer XenaCon.
I know, but Zena will live on, and hopefully there will be other incarnations. There is a fan one in France that they do, and hopefully we can get another one going here in America. That's my hope.
Karina, you definitely had some sexualized characters like Katana, who shows her derriere.
Oh, I mean, a lot of these characters are drawn that way. I was drawn that way. And so people are like, oh, why are you sexualizing them? That's what the characters look like. And sometimes I even add a little bit more fabric because I am a little bit self-conscious. And I mean, Khal Drogo, he's shirtless. I'm not going to go shirtless, right? No, go shirtless.
We all want to see that.
Sculptin, who only makes chest piece, was high boobs.
Those like big ones that have come out now.
The silicone breasts that all my favorite drags wear.
Yeah.
I kind of want to because they're so massive.
Oh my god, they're so
I just want to
cool.
hang them on my wall. Stare at them.
They feel really nice.
So Justin, guys have it a lot different than girls. Gay guys do. I have my own viewpoints, but what do you feel? Do you feel like as if gay guys want to see you more hypersexualized or want to see you more conservative?
I've kind of seen 50-50, actually. Obviously, in a gay community, the sex trafficking vibe. So we want to see you shirtless, they want to see your dad, they want to see pecs, which is cool. Like, if you have a costume that involves it, that's cool. But it really did 50-50 because I did, basically Canadian stocking, I did gargoyle. And so that was basically fishnets and underwear and a bro. So like, it's still a costume, but it can be very sexual. But I think it's 50-50. I probably lean more towards guys like to see shirtless. For me, it's for me. I'd actually, as a cosplayer, rather see a really cool costume than see someone like walk around.
Yeah. a lot of your cosplay photography is sexually suggestive. Do you feel pressure to keep to heighten that up, or do you feel pressure from people to tone it down?
I don't feel pressured at all. I love over-sexualizing characters. I'm bi, but I have a preference for girls, and automatically made out like 5, 6 girls that night. I was like, wow! Like it was so accepting and amazing to like come from a place where nobody, where everybody was just so bad and like just awful towards like being different, and just coming to this community where everybody just accepts you for who you are, not what you like, your color, if you're trans or whatever. Like they're just like, you know, I like you because you have a nice personality and you treat me nice, and that's how it should be.
Chrissy, how do you feel about this?
I'm good, I'll piggyback on that. There are bullies everywhere you go. There's bullies in high school. There are some bullies within our own community. And of course, going back to the being in high school and having the short hair default. I had short hair since I was 11. And I didn't really have an advertising walk around like, you know, boyfriend in school. I didn't like dating in school. I dated other guys, like other types of schools. I don't know why. I just feel like the circle of friends, so that was incestuous. That was just my mindset at the time. And you know, girls here, guys there, and I got picked on, but it's one of those things that like I didn't really care, because there's a lot of open-minded, awesome people. There's a senior who was dating my best friend in high school, and I was like 15, and he like saw these boys calling me lesbian and just like tormenting me, and he like picked them up, slammed them against the lockers, and said, "You wouldn't fucking call your mom that, would you?" And you know, it was like I had an older brother figure growing up, and I kind of picked and chose my battles. And I wasn't a fighter, and I didn't really care. I was like, fuck you, whatever. I'm gonna go over here and finish reading my comics. So, and unfortunately, it still happens. There are still people within our people at our shows, at our conventions, that maybe they don't know that you have a different sexual preference than them, but they still accept you because you're here on their terms. And you're in a costume, and they're in a costume, and that's a good icebreaker for sure. But it always does bother me still, but there are some women that still feel really weird about other women. And, you know, even I'm sure guys deal with it too, where it's like you meet all these heterosexual friends and they're like, oh, you know, cool, I don't even care, everyone's gonna hit on me, and it's just like, yeah, because you're hot.
Yeah. They're complimenting, come on now.
If you're not interested, cool. I'm not gonna like stare at you while you're, you know, taking your pants off. I might, but, you know, it's just, I find that it's kind of gotten a lot better over the years, and because of certain celebrities and musicians really bringing that awareness, and you know, Macklemore once said it's not going to change everything, but it's a place to start, even though it's paper. So I just ignore them if I see any hair or anything. And for some reason, even on my page, I don't get dick pics. I don't get people harassing me. I get all of my other awesome female cosplayers and male cosplayers are getting all this negative attention, and like, am I just boring? Am I just doing boring things? But I don't know.
I feel like you're respected. I don't get any weird things from people that follow me, and I feel like I have people that follow me are very respectful and they're very supportive, and I would rather have respectful followers than people who are like, here's suckiness.
Yeah, Justin, what do you feel like? It's a lot different for guys.
Yeah, it's a lot different. But like I said, I kind of had it easy growing up because I moved to the theater area in high school, so you know, everybody changed around everybody. So I was used to that. I grew up in the San Francisco area, so again, big, huge gay area, no judgments. I had some bullies, but went to my first con, I walked in and I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. And I was like, I don't know who's gay or who's straight, but nobody's thinking that. When you walk in, you're like, oh, they're gay, they're straight. No, you're like, who the fuck are they? What is this costume? That's what you're thinking. You're like, no one cares what you're wearing. It wasn't until like 2 years ago that I noticed people in our community like, oh, your wig's wrong color, you're the wrong body type. I was like, seriously, that doesn't matter. Or here dressed up like a dude here just to have fun. It's not that big a deal. So it happens here and there, but definitely the cosplay community is very accepting, very relevant.
Cool. Before I open it up for a Q&A, get your questions ready, by the way, audience. I'm going to do a little fun, quick question, and you can answer this without the long-winded explanation, but the short, fun one. What was your favorite cosplay? Your worst cosplay? And what is the cosplay that you are dying to do next? So I'm going to start down with Yana Bear and then work over to me.
Okay, I'm going to start with what I'm dying to make. It's card captor Sakura. Her ultimate form with wings. I'm dying. My worst cosplay. Oh god. I tried to do Sonic the Hedgehog and it was so bad. It was just like, I mean, that moment I was like, that looked hot, and then I saw the pictures and I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh wow. Like, it was like a blue Sentai suit, and I was just like, too loose, because I got like a 4XL, and I should have got like an extra large, because it was like guy size, and it was just awful, and like, the bigger part was just like, everything was so bad with that costume, and I had like a weird like thing going on down there, like, I don't know. I had like a bulge with this Sentai suit, it was just really weird, and I'm like, oh my god. My favorite cosplay is, I would say Velma, just because it's comfortable. And, my butt looks really nice.
It does. I was like, worst would definitely have to be Barbell from Penny Stockings. It was not comfortable at the time. It was like 2007. I wasn't like, I'm very sexual. I love to be naked. So at that time, I didn't used to be. So I was like wearing underwear and fishnets, and I was like, I'm a big ass bro. I had insecurities that I had to change. Even though there was girls in bikinis, I was cool, so I didn't understand that. But whatever. Let's see. What I really want to do is probably Dark Pit. I'm excited to do that. And with hero. Oh, the curl I have on is my favorite one at this moment.
Awesome. I think I know the answer to Kathy's, but are you going to surprise us?
No, because my favorite is Gabrielle. The character is just close to my heart, and it's a perfect fit, and I can't argue with that. The worst, as amazing as it turned out, the worst experience with a costume was when I was Gabrielle's evil doppelganger daughter, Hope, and I was neck to toes covered in liquid latex. It was so uncomfortable, and the process of taking it off, literally 2 of my friends sat in our hotel room and just I'm like carefully trying to pick every single piece up. They're like, no. I was like, fuck! Like, I don't even know what our neighbors would have thought. It was so painful. My bra was like attached to my skin because liquid latex was being under there. I had liquid latex. You don't want liquid latex. But one that I'm excited about is I'm taking Hope and I'm turning her into a dark fairy, which will involve liquid latex, but not liquid latex affixed everywhere to me.
So, Chrissy, tell us.
So that makes sense for the whole isopropyl myristate. We'll have to say that, right? Just have a little patience. Or even an olive oil.
I don't want to be like it's cool. I say this, I don't really have bad costume.
I will say that go back to the beginning of cosplay, I don't know what I'm doing, hot glue everything. I did a female fairy's Mad Harriet costume in 2007 at Comic-Con, and I literally was like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna take this picture, and this looks like that matches that fabric, and I'm gonna do this thing on the big green wig, and run around, and I don't know what a corset's like at all, but now I know to invest in one. And it was kind of like rolling things up and things falling apart all day, but it's worth it. And I pull it out every once in a while, and I'm like, oh gosh, I really did know this killed the fire. I have 3 different versions, 5 different versions of Catwoman, and I try to do a theme each year where it's like, I'm doing all Catwoman, and I come out with 4 different versions. favorite means for me. So I want to say the one that's going to be my awesome favorite can't wait to wear. I haven't really worn it yet. It's going to be a wig-based one. But the one that I'm really dying to do is, are you guys familiar with Play Arts figurines? Awesome toys that you can't really play with. There's a Catwoman one that's heavily armored. She looks like a xenomorph from Aliens, but also Catwoman, if that makes sense. And it's going to be a huge project, but next year is my year of being armored, so, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to that. And how about you, Karina? Give me your favorite, your worst, and also what you got next.
My favorite has to be called Drogo, just because it's so much fun running around and acting tough and going up to girls and calling them the name of my life and Dothraki and having them meld, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I'm not super girly, like I dress girly, but when I'm Drogo, I can sit with my legs open and nobody can judge me. Words would have to be like my second costume ever. It was like a really shitty version of Bulma. The wig was horrible, like everything was just bad. And I was sick that day that I wore it, so the pictures just look horrible. I've been going through like everywhere deleting as many pictures I can find of it because it's such a horrible costume. And my dream costume, doesn't it sound a little weird, but I want to be Batman. Like, not Batgirl, not anything. I just want to be Batman.
You can be Batman.
Yes.
Be Batman.
If you don't do it, I'm doing it.
Like, I call myself, if I get drunk enough, I don't start calling myself Batman, just so you know. I'm not drunk enough.
We'll work on that later. So now I want to ask you guys, you can listen to us chatter away, but I want to get inside of the brains of the audience. So tell me, audience, do you have any questions for us? Please don't be shy, we love to answer them. It's one of our favorite pastimes even. Come on, give me a question. I see you, mister.
You have a weird question to ask.
Oh boy. We're a crazy panel, so we'll take what you give us.
You know that one question I asked you before that was silly?
Which one?
Can I have couples?
Oh, no, because I don't have that. But, I'll do mine.
So, you said you got very from yourself. And it's like, a lot of people say that to sort of be versus like if you're heterosexual, like I'm not gonna go like
I feel that this community is really open to people who are really comfortable with their sexuality. Being straight, homosexual, bisexual, it doesn't matter how we it just doesn't matter. We're like really accepting. Like I will go to a party, usually AOA or anything, or like AX, and you hang out with people, and then it's like, oh, okay, you see guys making out with girls, guys making out with guys, girls making out with girls, and then you see straight guys just, oh, okay, I'll try something new, and I'm eyeballing you. We're just really accepting, and we just don't care. It's like to the point where we just go to a convention, and we're like, oh, like, let's try new stuff. Yeah.
It is a lot more socially acceptable than it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It depends on the region, of course, that you're in. Like, there's certain places, maybe not so much Midwest, maybe like the other states I won't name, where it's not as, but again, being us as cosplayers doesn't really that socially acceptable just yet. Thank you, Kirsten Cosplay. But, yeah, I just feel like, for me, and maybe everyone's a little different, but I don't like to project it. It's not like, hey guys, walk through. I like boys and girls. I can make it work. And it's just, if I'm attracted to somebody, I'm going to pursue that person. And then you'll find out, oh, maybe you're not interested. Cool, let's be friends.
You can always tell too. It's like you go with the looks, and it's like you get to this room, and yeah, you go and I'll go and I'll look with someone, and I'll be like, and then they'll go back like, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm having tonight, you know. I mean.
My question is also like, how do you like, I guess, more
I don't think we're pressured to do that. I honestly think that's just us feeling comfortable doing it. But yeah,
I kind of have a bit of a different experience because even though I do like, people just in general, there's a lot of promiscuity in the community, and I like to kind of keep it to myself. And sometimes it just can be a little bit overbearing. Yeah, and it's just it really depends on the person. Yes, the community is open, but it really depends on the person. Does the person really?
It sounds like within the community, there's a lot of people who are like sort of like your boy or girl, whatever, and you're with multiple partners and things like that. Versus this, I know certain gay friends guys who will not want to be within these types of communities or consider that because they feel pressure that they have to do that.
I think on the male side, yes, there's the more pressure. I think
It's just stereotypes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, other outworldly societies have created that stereotype for us. We're all hetero, gay, whatever. We're all sexual, sensual beings. It just depends on how big you want to project that. We just I like to flirt with everybody. I'm just straight or whatever. I'm a dirty old bird man upstairs. Sorry, not sorry.
It's like a freedom of choice. Honestly, if somebody's like, oh, I want to see you guys kiss, and the person I'm walking around with is like, no, I'm not comfortable with that, I'm not going to be like, no, you're Zena, you must make out now.
Yeah. I mean, you can go outside your comfort level, but you know where to draw the line. Just step away. You're not comfortable.
I've had a few of those that it's more when I cosplay that I'll go around. It happened when I was a la carte. I was walking around at a con and this Sarah's Victoria came over and she's like, oh, we should do fan service. And I was like, I'm dating someone. And she's like, we should do fan service. And I was like, you're really sweet and you're really attractive, but I'm not comfortable because I'm dating someone. And then they just go okay, I'll go find another a la carte. And she just gave me this smile. She's like, but you're hot. And then she just left. And I was like, okay, that was sweet. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of you don't have to feel you don't have to do it just because,
I mean, yeah, I still flirt, but I know where to draw my line. If there's a lot of promiscuity and I flirt, but then I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah, I've been in situations where a straight guy is in a group of gay guys, and it's uncomfortable for the straight guy because all the gay guys attack him. And then, they
sometimes some of them can be even overly respectful because they're straight.
True.
And treat them better than the gay guy. I've seen that.
But I've been taking a straight friend out to WeHo, and we got to about mall. I had to drag him out there. It's a different environment. It's with gay guys. Do we have any other questions from the audience? Right here.
Yeah, this new generation of cosplayers coming in, they're probably very used to
Oh, thank you.
any advice to, get them to shut off the nerves and just go for it, you want to be back in? I'm encouraging this, but advice to the young generation.
I would say Rule 63 as it is for every male character that's been created, there's a female version of it, has been around for a very long time. You can Google the Urban Dictionary. And then the nice thing about whether you're gay or not, and unfortunately because of the gay community, cosplayers in the gay community, being gay themselves, just do it. And we all see that, we're like, that's a thing. And my friend Kate Quinn did the Gender Bent Justice Day group that was viral years ago at Comic-Con, WonderCon, which they still do. It's refreshing and it's nice. And I would say, Maggie, just do it. just do it. And embrace it. Yeah. Embrace it. And if you want to put a male twist on a female character, oh my god, yes. I love mashups. I love that engine. That's the word, right? And just that imagination to really twist something into your own. We did a huge DC steampunk group that was it on the other night, just because it didn't fit like a glove, so I'm gonna wear it to campus someday.
Pictures originally happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I would say try to cosplay with your friends, get them involved, because when you go to a convention and you're cosplaying with your friends, it is the best experience ever. It just heightens everything, and it's a bonding experience that you're never going to forget.
Groups stop tracking.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I want to add something real quick. I think that the only thing people need to understand more if it's like a girl who's going to cosplay, just be really careful with your boobs. Because the first time I found my boobs was with duct tape, and it was awful. I wanted to look like a boy. But yeah, sorry.
So what was your question?
The thing bisexual make Comic Con a lot more fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Comic-Con is like the most sexual convention I've been in my entire life.
Be a bisexual and go to Dragon Con. So, I don't want to give Dragon Con a bad rep because before we went, we were told, oh my god, there's orgies everywhere and people are partying. It's not like that. It's just cosplay reunion and awesome costumes. And everyone just was like, just
Comic-Con is just, Comic-Con is just crazy big girls, a lot of fan service, and a lot of touching. It's like a lot of fun.
There's an auction people like when I do that, and it's
Yeah.
the craziest experience of my life. You go and you put on a little skater or a little striptease, and then someone in the audience buys you for a charity. Oh, I got bought by this like 70-year-old lady, so you just have to walk around with them, and it's fun.
It's a good way to meet geeks, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to toss this to the panel and tell us, where is the best place to meet other people that share your interests of cosplay and geekdom?
Cosplay?
And Geek Pride tomorrow night.
And Chrissy, why don't you tell us all about Geek
Oh
Pride?
gosh. Geek Pride is the LGBT, whatever their pronoun is that we say.
We have friends.
It's called cosplay, except it is a little more hypersexualized. That the Dragonfly, it's like a bar club in
They
Hollywood.
have flyers for
Yes,
everybody.
everyone also tomorrow night. Chris and I are actually hosting it. There's going to be nerd speed dating. There's going to be some nerd-less, lots of sexy people running around. It's all inclusive, so it's not like the heteros can't come either. All humans are invited, all of them.
Yeah. And where else?
Here.
Honestly, a lot of my friends I've met through conventions. Some of my closest friends I've met through conventions. And then those two kids and their dad, they have become like a family to me. It's a big deal.
Dorkable J, everybody.
On Facebook, it's facebook.com/official_CathyCoops, and on Instagram, it's Cosmic Kitten, Cosmic with a K and Z.
Chrissy?
Just Miss Christy Lynn on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I've got cards.
Karina?
Everything is just KPM cosplay. Everything.
And if you want to check me out, my handle is...
Check you out.
Check out Cat Lucky, that's CAPLUCKY. Some people call me Captain Lucky Cosplay. My name is Chris Riley. This is Karina Perez, Chrissy Lynn, Patrick Coots, Justin Garrett, Nana Bear. Give them a round of